an irregular migrant both, and Ibrahima is part of individuals who've been actively advocating for this issue of irregular migration. And this particular update is about how a boat sank in Mauritania yesterday afternoon, and it departed from the Gambia in Niamey, and there were 180 people on board, and 40 survived. 40 Gambians survived and 9 Gambians died, including a pregnant woman, and her children survived, and his husband is still missing. So to give us an update, we'll be joined by Ibrahima Drame. Ibrahima, are you ready to join us? Hello, Ibrahima. Good morning.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
Sorry, because my there are too much of noise in my background because I'm in the sea at the moment.
No, it's perfect. I can hear. We can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, in the sea.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for the amazing work that you're doing when it comes to irregular migration. So we are aware of this tragic incident that happened yesterday afternoon in Mauritania, which involves Gambian migrants. Can you just give us a general update about it?
Yes, there was on the last Monday, on the 15th of this month, I get the information from one family member says there was a boat that departed from Niamey and is heading to in Canary Island in Spain. So he was asking me then because I have 2 of my younger brothers who are in this boat, so I want you to look this boat for me so that if there's any information, so let me know. I said, okay, I will try and track the boat because normally we try and do those kind of things to track some boats from Gambia, so to see how their condition and other things. Then on yesterday, I get information, but these boats, since Monday, they leave Gambia, they was not intercepted. What the information I get, the boats has lived, they went until in the international sea around in the Mediterranean, Atlantic Ocean, because here we are in the Mediterranean, so those people are in the Atlantic. So they go through around Morocco. What they told me, they go around Morocco, Spain, but their engines has a problem. So the engines are not working. They are having 4 engines, but those engines are 40 horsepower. Because normally we always give advice to people, those who are living Gambia, Senegal, you cannot be using 40 horsepower for that boat. So you put in 180 or 200 or 300 people on that boat. 40 horsepower cannot take that boat in that kind of weather condition. Normally, 40 horsepower, you can take it from Libya or Tunisia to come around in Italy, because that's only 1-day journey, or maybe some hours. The rescue teams are everywhere. They can rescue you. But you cannot put an engine, 40 horsepower, in a boat, that kind of big boat. They have a lot of food, water, and the fuel and other things. So the engine, it will force the engine, and when the weather is having a problem, then that's gonna be another issue. That's why their old engines are blocked. So at the end, they don't have any choice. So it was the wave who is pushing them until they came out inside the Mauritanian ship. Then the Mauritanian Navy ship them, then they intercepted their boat. So this boat, they escort the boat until to come in Nouakchott. But the problem caused in Nouakchott, the time they want to take these people out from the boat, to bring them out, that's the time the Navy ship collapsed with this canoe, and the canoe going upside down, it sank. In the first news, we get that there are more than 200 people in the boat. The first information we get that they told me Kafunting, but we make an inquiry about it. Then we later find out that the boat is from Gambia. So I tried to communicate with the embassy in Gambia and the consular. I couldn't get them, but I have information with some, because my number is with every migrant boat, sub-Saharan African, everywhere. So I get calls. So I try to speak with some. So one boy I speak with him is part of the boat. Then he told me that he saw nearly 9 to 10 dead bodies. but around maybe 220 are in the boat. I said, okay, that's the first update we made. So now we try to make an inquiry. I try to communicate with the Mauritania, the Nouakchott. I called the IOM office. I called the Red Cross. I called the Navy, and I told them that there was an accident. They told me, yes, we are aware of this. Then I told them, but why you don't publish this in your media houses so that the people can know there was an accident? Then that's the time I tried to find the Gambian embassy. In the embassy, I couldn't get anyone. So later, the embassy also, they called me back. Because if there's any problem, I call the embassy. So that time they told me, because as we all know, Mauritania, they just come out from the election. Still now, there's no connection in that country. Only the Wi-Fi's are using, but the mobile data connection, they still suspended. So that's the problem. I couldn't get them. But later we come and find out that, yes, this boat is from Nyomi. And there is 180 people in the boat. 53 people are Senegalese nationalities. One people's from Africa Coast. The rest are Gambians. But still now, I don't know the amount of women who are in this boat, and I don't know the children amount of this boat. I try to communicate with the agents, because sometimes when this kind of accident happen, the agents they run from us, because we try to find out to get the names who are those in the boat, because the agents they normally have the names, because when they pay money to them, they know. But still now I don't know who is the agent of this boat, but they give me different numbers, so when I called, but I couldn't get them. So that's why still now, even today this morning, I was having BBC interview with BBC Radio 1. So that's what they are telling. We don't know at the moment how many ladies or how many children are in this thing.
But according to a post you made on Facebook, you're indicating that there was a pregnant woman with her 4 children who already survived. That is confirmed, right?
Yes, that's confirmed. There's one pregnant woman. That pregnant woman is from Basse. There's one Sarahule village, I think. But my mind just passed, but he's from around Basse. He is with his husband and 4 kids, with his husband brother. But the lady, it doesn't survive. And at the still now, we doesn't know the information about his husband. His husband is missing with 76 other people. Because at this moment, still now, there are 77 people missing. And still now, we don't, their body doesn't recover. Because this morning, I called the Red Cross in Nouakchott to ask them, did you recover any dead bodies? Again, they told me, no, at this moment, we still don't have any. Again, they told me, no, at this moment, we still don't have any. But I have already reported that, okay, there are still now 77 people missing.
Right.
But 40 people came out. Those 40 people are all well. They are in the hospital at this moment. And the embassy, Uganda embassy in Nouakchott is helping those people. We hope so they will return them these days when they get better. There's another 9 bodies. Those 9 bodies are all Gambians. Yesterday evening, I talked with the embassy and the hospital in Nouakchott. What they told me, they want to identify these people. They already take their pictures because they are dead bodies pictures. We cannot put them in social media. So, but like when you don't hear from your families, so if you send these pictures to us, then we can check and see, okay, this is the person. If he is alive or if he is the dead one, we can know, okay, this person has been dead. But what we still know at this moment, 9 people have been confirmed dead. 77 people are still missing. We don't have any information about those people. And there are 40 people who are...
So, Mr. Drame, you touch a very important topic, which is agents, the agency that exists to help these irregular migrants, through the Canary Islands. So do you know how this agency works?
Well, I don't know how they work, to tell you the truth. They work and agents, they are different. I'm an activist. We don't promote this. We don't promote this back way is all. We just come out and talk about it every day. Just as in 17 WhatsApp forums. So every day we're making updates. This is what's happening today around the world. Every day I come out on TikTok, other places to update people. These are the things. But those agents, to find them is very difficult. because what's the problem is, for us, the agents, they run away from us. Because normally when we are in our forums, every day we are bringing agents, those who taking people's money, and because we try to expose these people, they don't care about the life of these innocent people. They just tell them lies. They just use them, have their money, at the end they run away from them. And if the accident happens, you will not even have their mobile numbers. You will not even know who and who is, because always I was saying this, now in the Europe here, the summer has opened. So this back wave is not going to stop. If anybody is telling you back wave is going to stop, they are just lying to you. This is something which is be continues not only in Gambia, but both Senegal. Even yesterday night, there's a boat that arrived from Senegal, from Doualo, 77 people. So these are everyday things. So not only in Gambia. So this back wave will not be stopped. But what we can try and do is, the agents, I don't know them normally. I don't even know who are the agents, but I always give advice. Gambia to Spain is 1,600 kilometers close from Canary Island or El Hierro or Lampa, or other places. So when you are putting these people in the boat, give them enough food, give them enough water, give them enough fuel. Last time I was complaining on this thing, because what they normally check is, they said, okay, in Gambia, people said it's a 7 days journey. But there, as I am talking now, there are 2 boats that live in Gambia again. At this moment, I don't even have any information about those boats at this moment that what I'm talking. The last boat lived at Thursday. That also lived at Nyomi. I think Nyomi back in Dika, I don't know where. And there's another boat also that left.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
but Mr. Jame, you did mention that you are able to track these boats, right? There's a system to track them to know at what location they are at any point in time. Is that so? Because
yes,
or they call you to communicate with you whilst they're in the boat. How does it work?
Normally, I give them advice. What I do now, we have satellite phones. Those satellite phones, whenever you are, you have internet on it.
Okay.
As in the Atlantic Ocean or those who are in the Sahara Desert, you can use these things. So when you have these things, there's a phone numbers, alarm phone numbers. I always say them every day. These are the emergency numbers. When you have a problem, you are in the sea. So when you call me now, at this moment, I will just see, okay, this boat is in this kind of location. So what I will ask you first, where are this boat coming from? You tell me, Gambia, how many ladies there, how many kids? So what are your conditions? Is the boat okay, or is the engine? When I know that, then I have to communicate with the I have to communicate with the alarm phone. When I call the alarm phone, then the alarm phone will try to track this boat, and we'll try to communicate with the maritime in Spain to tell them, okay, there are boats who are in the journey. But
so, Mr. Jame, we have few minutes to go. Mr. Ka has a question for you.
If I understand the scenario you've given us, what you say, the boat that capsized, nothing was wrong with it until it came around the coast of Mauritania. Am I right? And then the coast guards of Mauritania were the ones that were trying to help, and that was the collision that caused the boat to capsize. So that's where the incident and the accident happened, and these people drowned. Is that the case?
Yes, that's the case. Even today, I write a note. I didn't post yet, but I want to send this note to the Foreign Affairs, because for me, I want the Foreign Affairs to write to the Mauritanian government and ask them what caused this accident. Because last 2 weeks back, last 2 months, this same accident happened here in Sicily, when the rescue boat of Coast Guard, in Italian Coast Guard, the time they are helping to rescue these people, the boat capsized, and there are more than 7 days bodies. For those people, the Italian government is taking them to the court because the reason why that boat capsized because of the way they are making this rescue. And we have clear evidence that this boat capsized and these 90 people, Gambian plus die, is the neglect of the Mauritanian Navy. So, and I don't want our government to be quiet on this thing. I want our government to take a step from today. Let them call the Mauritanian government. let them make an inquiry about this thing. What has the cause of this? Because the court doesn't capitalize.
All right.
It has the problem because of the Mauritanian Navy.
Okay.
And this will be the best thing for me. Our government can do for
Thank
me.
you so much,
and
Mr.
for
Drame.
those innocent
Thank you
souls.
so much
to
for that
Mauritanian
update.
embassy to call the Mauritanian government to make an inquiry. What was the cause of these people? So that we can know what was the problem.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Drame, for that update, and always willing to come on here to update us. So we will keep in touch. As developments come, you'll be able to update us on these issues, if these bodies are found and all of that. But thank you so much, and for the amazing work that you're doing.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, so he's talking about investigations that are supposed to take place in relation to the manner, Mr. Mboj, the rescue is happening. Because you can see that the boat didn't capsize when it was in the journey, but it already reached, you know, the rescuers together. We're going side by side to like rescue them, and then that's where the incident happened.
For me, it was quite astonishing
when
he said that, because I had assumed that perhaps this accident happened in the high seas, as it were. But when he said that, there's a collision between the Navy boat that was apparently going to rescue them
and the boat itself,
and this passenger boat, and resulting in these so many deaths. So it must be investigated. The minimum we can do from our government is to ask them, because Gambian citizens are involved in this. So please, can you give us a report of what happened?
The assumption would be the Coast Guard would have been trained
to handle
these rescue situations to the extent that they will not just come directly onto, because they must have a bigger boat and the waves, you know, colliding with them. They will have dinghies and other things to deploy. So I think it's important. Yeah, we are not trying to get involved in the blame game, so to speak. But then it's important so that another incident of this nature can be averted if they understand, you know, the approach to take when these situations of rescue, you know, is an alert is raised, so that they can approach it with more tact, you know, and diligence.
It's just an incident report.
Yeah.
In anywhere you manage, something like that happens, especially where it results in deaths,
so many people.
You know, so many people, then obviously you owe it to everybody concerned here to give an independent report of what happened.
Anyway, we'll keep engaging Mr. Drame, Mr. Ibrahim. It is tragic.
It's tragic that you know what is happening here, Jay, is this pull and push factor. You know, we have the global north and the global south, the poverty. You know, that is driving people to go. But I think we have to strengthen also Gambia, our coastal guards. You know, they have to engage this Western government to give us more, you know, training, more coastal. And I saw 102. That's not sufficient. If you look at the rate at which these people are leaving the shores of the Gambia and Senegal,
it's very high.
They should be able to have drones. They should be able to have, the Navy should be expanded for me, and then be given more you know, boats to guard the coasts of the Gambia, so that they can stop all these boats going, and also engage the youths in terms of education, provision of skill training. It's not going to be easy.
That is really happening.
Very, very difficult. They are doing, but
it's really happening.
It's the pull factors,
because there's just a lot of skill centers, to be honest. A lot have been, you know, established in the country currently. You cannot go to any region of this country and say, I cannot find a skill center. If you say that,
so we have to educate them,
to
inform them. It's not all rosy in the West. It doesn't mean when you go there you will be picking golds in the streets and everything. It's challenging. It's very tough if you go to the West. We are not trying to discourage anybody, but we are giving you the facts as they are. The weather is hostile, the climate, even the people are hostile.
Trust me, the reasons that you're giving right now, these people are not going to listen to that. Because the thing is, they already feel like it's even more difficult here. You know, they're considering the currency, they're ready to work. You know, most of the...
sometimes work is not even available.
That is
most
true,
of the governments
but they're not going to see that.
Far-right governments now, if you go to Italy, and most of these, they are not welcoming immigrants. They're hostile. They put them in places for years to process their applications.
Asylum.
You know, so it's not easy.
I think I read somewhere the other day that this year there are 9,000 Gambians in there. And when we were talking to an official of the Gambian Immigration Department, they said the numbers wanting to go are increasing.
Yes, day by day.
So something is being lost here. Whatever we're doing, the message is not getting through. And there is something else. It's just quite extraordinary how families can pool resources together, maybe sell this or that, raise the money for their kids to go. It's quite analogous to when we were younger. Families did that, but you were going to university to study. You see, they come together, they help and stuff like that. So it seems it is sort of not seeing any prospects. It's quite extraordinary. That's really driving this.
Yeah, they see
the economic argument. That is true. There's no denying that at all. But there is something else.
But there is a new thing to it also, where you see mom, dad, children, pregnant women
going as a whole family.
Yeah, that's completely different.
That's
really the point.
A pregnant mom with 4 kids and the husband.
And taking the risk and knowing the possibilities of survival is very, very minimal.
No, you see, they wouldn't have thought like that. You have just reasoned, you have just calculated risks. They wouldn't have thought like that. They probably think about God. This is about God
they
doing
have seen a lot of these incidents.
Non lañ they halate. Because, okay, Mr. Mbodj, pour prouval Mr. Kanessa, that is how they think. Demba Balde talk na fi. Bum fi toge mom concept bobu la am yalla ñu ne sax ne waaw ku wara dé foy dé dañ la fa yobu da nga dé. So it's about now, it's a spiritual thing rather than something that you're just going to sit and think about logically.
Yeah, but you have to weigh the risk, they
don't consider the risk.
Ratio of survival, what are the chances?
I
don't mind mom and dad going, but we being pregnant, taking all your children, come on, that's way over the board in terms of taking your chances.
But then we have to look inward.
I would expect Mr. Carr to think like that.
Yeah, but I would expect the average. Because like I said, it's a spiritual thing. But also, we have to look inward, Mr. Mbodj.
I wouldn't even call it spiritual. You're
giving it
so much respect. It's not really spiritual. It's
just fatalist.
Yeah, that's the fatalism.
There should be a
spiritual thing, because so ne God. Gabole for God, ne yala silo hoyala. It's a spiritual thing.
That's it. That's what we believe. All I'm saying is there should be a national conference.
The national conferences have been done on migration before. For example, the NACOF, which has to do with young people, they do conferences on them. Tons of convergences have been done in the Gambia on irregular migration. So they have to look for another innovative way.
I think strengthening the Coast Guard.
Yes.
Equipping them with more boats, provision of drones, expand the Navy, so that the coastline work with Senegal and some of these neighboring
requires
countries.
Some sort of
they have to be that collaborative effort to work with Senegal, because what we see is identify main points of embarkments, what are the villages, and then strengthen. We can easily, our coast is not that long not to police it. I think every of these villages, we can have a station kind of coast guard that is monitoring 24/7. We can have that.
It's easier said than done. Because the reason why I'm saying this is because for example, internally, pour régler.
But the West are having conferences about this migration. It's very important to them. Tap the resources from them, leverage it. Every of these coastal towns, make sure you have a station of the Navy existing.
That is true, but what I'm explaining is, normally, they focus on integration part bitamet, because they need to integrate again, you provide a psychosocial support, and then you just learn grants.
That's what we need to cut. We have to start from the point of departure because of the alarming number of deaths, so that before they even embark on the journey, we would have intervened. If
the
you work
prevention
with Senegal Navy, us, then in each of these, Tanje, Gunjur, Katong, Brufut, we have the coastal guards there operating 24/7, monitoring with drones, with intelligentsia. I think they will be able to cope it.
Why I drones some that they require diplomatic cooperation before because with the drones it can't fly in somebody's territory. Like there are rules.
Our coastal road,
internally
our coast.
Gambia.
We can use that, you know, some of these drones.
Anyway, I wish the way you're saying it beautifully is possible.
It's very possible.
But anyway, like you said, it's about what can be done now, looking inward. Also, social protection mechanisms, because, you know, other countries use it here and there to ensure support packages that young people can also use. That also was done with the YEP project, the TechIFI, but they end up even using that money to go back to the back way. So, like you said, it's a complicated one.
With most of these projects, it will be interesting to have to do a trace of studies of what happened to them afterwards. So how effective
that was done.
have they been? So how
that was done. Well, it was effective. I attended that particular convergence where...
Effective in what sense?
In the sense that a lot of young people who were in entrepreneurs ended up being entrepreneurs, and some of them, when they did, it was sustainable. And then there's a percentage of a number of employment these individuals made.
This is it. How do you measure that? Any business, first 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, at what point do you establish that, now that is an entrepreneur?
Well, it was 5 years down the line.
What's the boundary?
It was 5 years down the line, or even more, because the project was here for more than that. So, and then they handed it over to the government of the Gambia. So I don't know at that level, you know, what are some of the things that they're doing. They need to come out and tell us.
Because we need to have impact projects, don't we?
Well, yeah. Well,
Big
yeah.
stuff, that's it. Because look at it, the youth and 2.3% fertility rate. Can you imagine things are going to get worse?
So, Mr. Moj, I'm afraid that is all we have time for. We had 2 minutes, so we went more than that. But thank you so much for joining us on the program. It's a very complex topic, and I think we should continue having the right conversations about it. You know, let us be intentional about coming up with the right solutions that we need to solve this problem, because it's just getting out of hand. We'll just go for a short break, and when we come back, the show continues. Do stay.
Looking for the perfect place to promote your product or place your advert? Look no further than QTV. We are the premier destination for businesses looking to connect with Gambian audiences and beyond. At QTV, we offer a variety of advertising solutions